You raised them, gave up everything. So why are you just a name tag at your own son's wedding? My son pushed me during brunch and said, "You're stuck in the past." But while he was trying to steal my house, I was holding a secret my husband left behind, $7 million, and a warning about our son. I gave up art school, missed my daughter's birthday, drained my savings, all for him. I thought it was love. But in just 3 days, I found my voice, rewrote my will, and protected everything I built, without losing my dignity. When he handed me that wine glass and said, "Just sign this, Mom," I slid the trust notice across the table instead. He turned pale. His fiancée cried, and I walked out free. If you've ever felt invisible, this story might be the one that helps you say, "No more." Don't scroll. You need to hear this. Before I take you into my story, can I ask, where are you listening from right now? Are you at home, maybe in your kitchen like I was, or somewhere else entirely? Let me know with a 1 in the comments if you're home, or 2 if you're somewhere else. I read every reply, and you might just see yourself in the next chapter. Come walk with me. My son's wedding was meant to bring us together. Instead, it showed me how alone I'd become. The oven hums in my kitchen, a soft drone against the silence of Pine Lake, Michigan. It's April 2024, and the air carries the damp scent of pine sneaking through the cracked window. I knead dough for an apple pie, my hands sinking into the floury mix, the rhythm steady but not comforting. The lake outside lies still, reflecting gray clouds as if it's holding its breath, just like me. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, and I've lived in this lakeside house for decades. My fingers, dusted with flour, pause as I think of Nathan, my son. At 35, he's all grown up, planning his wedding to Claire. I paid for his college parties, late-night pizza runs when his startup dreams kept him awake. I gave up so much, even my art school hopes, to make sure he had everything. And Rachel, my daughter, 33 now, with her own little girl, Mia. I missed Rachel's 18th birthday, stuck at Nathan's hospital bed after a car accident. Her tears that day still sting. I thought I was being a good mother. Was I? Nathan's text buzzes my phone, lighting up the counter. I wipe my hands on my apron, the cotton soft but worn. "Wedding set, Mom. Don't worry." His words are clipped, cold as the lake's surface. I stare at the screen, my chest tightening. No question about my dress, my plans, or if I'll bake my apple pie for the rehearsal dinner. Just a command to stay out of the way. I set the phone down, the pie dough forgotten. The oven's hum feels louder, mocking. Have I ever been enough for them? I walk to the farmer's market, a mile down the road. The lake's stillness follows me. It's quiet, heavy. Stalls brim with rhubarb, honey, and early strawberries, their colors bright against the gray morning. Vendors nod, their smiles quick, fleeting. I clutch my canvas bag, passing a table of homemade jams. A neighbor, Mrs. Larson, waves. "Heard Nathan's wedding's gonna be big," she says, her voice sharp with gossip. "Fancy resort, huh?" I force a smile, nodding. "Yeah, sounds like it." My voice catches, thin as the spring breeze. Nobody mentions me in those plans. I buy a bag of apples, their weight grounding me. Back home, I whisper to my tulips, stubborn in their pots. "Bloom, please." They don't answer. Neither does Nathan. I think of James, my husband, 65 and always gone, chasing real estate deals. He used to say, "You gave up art school for us, Ellie, that's love." Now he's in Chicago, selling condos, his calls brief, distracted. I miss his laugh, the way it filled this house when Nathan and Rachel were small. The lake outside stares back, unyielding. I wonder if I've been painting my life with their colors, not mine. Back in the kitchen, I sip lukewarm coffee, the mug warm in my hands. The pie's in the oven now, its cinnamon scent curling through the air. I wander to James's old desk, tucked in the corner, its wood scratched from years of use. I open a drawer, searching for a pen, and a loose diary page slips out. James's handwriting, steady and neat, reads, "Protection for Ellie, always." My breath catches. Protection from what? I trace the words, my fingers trembling. The attic safe creaks above, a faint sound I've ignored for years. My heart aches, heavy with questions. Nathan's text buzzes again, sharp against the quiet. Just stay out of it, Mom. My throat tightens, the words cutting deeper than they should. I set the phone down, my eyes on the lake. Its surface doesn't ripple, doesn't move. It's holding something, just like me. I gave Nathan everything. Money, time, my dreams. I missed Rachel's birthday. Her eyes red as I apologized. I thought it was love. Was it? I stand, my apron still tied, and look at the tulips, their buds closed tight. The diary page sits on the desk, James's words staring up. Protection for Ellie. The safe creaks again, louder, like it's calling. I don't move toward it, not yet. But something shifts inside me, small but real. The lake keeps my secrets, but maybe it's time I open them. That diary page mentions protection. What's James hiding in the attic safe? Imagine doing everything for your child, only to be told you're not needed anymore. It hurts in a way silence never could. If you're still with me, drop a 5 in the comments, because what happens next might just change how you see motherhood. I wore my pink dress to my son's wedding. They gave me a name tag with no heart. The resort's lake ripples outside, so much like mine back home, but its waves hide something I can't yet see. I stand in the grand hall, wood beams soaring above, floor-to-ceiling windows letting in the soft light of a Michigan spring. Jazz music hums from a speaker, smooth but out of place like me. Champagne flutes clink in the hands of strangers, and the scent of grilled chicken wafts from silver trays. I smooth my pink dress, its pleats pressed crisp, and clutch my purse, where my mother's silver locket rests, its clasp rusted shut. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, and I thought today would stitch my family back together. Instead, I'm unraveling. A young planner, her headset gleaming, hands me a name tag, just Ellie. No mother of the groom. My fingers fumble as I clip it to my dress, the pin sharp against my chest. I force a smile, but my heart sinks, heavy as the lake outside. Mia, my 12-year-old granddaughter, runs over, her braid bouncing. "You look pretty, Grandma," she says, her voice bright as the tulips I wish would bloom at home. I bend to hug her, her warmth a fleeting anchor. Rachel, my daughter, calls from across the room, "Mia, come here." Her tone is distracted, her eyes on her phone. She gives me a quick wave, then turns away. I stand alone, the jazz humming louder, mocking. Was I ever their mother, or just a guest in their story? I'm led to a table at the back, far from the head table where Nathan, my 35-year-old son, laughs with his fiancée, Claire. The table's sign reads, "Guests," vague and cold. I sit between a baker from Lansing and a retiree who talks about his golf swing. The grilled chicken on my plate is cold, the butter roll untouched. I glance at Nathan, his suit sharp, his smile wide as he dances with Claire's mother, her sequin dress catching the light. He doesn't look my way, not once. The jazz swells and I grip my fork, the metal cool against my palm. Toasts begin, glasses raised high. Claire's father speaks, his voice booming with pride. Then her brother, then a college friend, all sharing stories of love and laughter. Someone nearby, a cousin maybe, asks, "What about the groom's mom?" Claire laughs, her voice light but cutting. "Maybe next time," she says, waving it off. The room chuckles, but my face burns. I overhear Nathan whisper to Claire, "She's fine, right?" His hand slips a folded note into his jacket pocket, quick and sly. Claire nods, her smile tight, her eyes flickering with something, guilt maybe? I look down, my name tag glaring. Ellie. Nothing more. The baker offers me a breadstick, his voice kind but distant. "Nice wedding," he says. I nod, my throat too tight to answer. I think of the years I poured into Nathan, late nights sewing his Halloween costumes, wiring money for his failed startup. I missed Rachel's 18th birthday, stuck at his hospital bed after a wreck. I thought it was love. Now I'm just a name tag, seated with strangers. The jazz hums on and I push my plate away, the chicken untouched. Mia glances at me from across the room, her eyes worried. But Rachel pulls her toward the dance floor. I stand, my purse heavy with the locket. I slip through the crowd, past clinking flutes and laughter, to the resort's lake. Its ripples catch the fading light, so like my lake at home, but sharper, restless. I whisper, was I ever their mother? Or just a guest? My fingers brush the purse, the locket's shape firm inside. I head to my car, the jazz fading behind me. A flyer on my windshield catches my eye, estate planning, bold letters promising security. I tuck it into my purse, my heart thudding. Something's off, and it's not just the music. I drive home, the lake's shadow trailing me. Nathan's note, Claire's laugh, that flyer. They're pieces of a puzzle I don't yet understand. The locket in my purse feels heavier, like it knows something I don't. I park, the silence of my house louder than the wedding's noise. I sit by my own lake, its stillness a mirror to my hurt. I gave them everything, my dreams, my time, my heart. But today they didn't even save me a seat. That note in Nathan's jacket. What's he keeping from me? My son called me outdated. His hand on my arm left a mark. That note I saw in Nathan's jacket at the wedding. Is it about my future? I stand in the Pine Lake Community Center, the air thick with the steam of coffee urns and the yeasty scent of bagels slathered with cream cheese. The lake outside shimmers, restless, its waves catching the spring light. Tables are draped with checkered cloths, piled with pastries and fruit. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, and I came to this post-wedding brunch hoping to mend the tear Nathan's wedding left in my heart. Instead, I'm bracing for something worse. I smooth my cardigan, the one I wore when Rachel was born, its buttons loose from years of wear. Mia, my 12-year-old granddaughter, bounds over, her sneakers squeaking on the wood floor. "You're my favorite, Grandma," she whispers, her hug warm and fierce. I smile, my chest easing for a moment. Rachel, my daughter, 33, stands near the bagel table, her eyes on her phone. She nods at me, distracted, her ponytail swinging. Nathan, my son, 35, slouches nearby, scrolling his phone, his suit jacket slung over a chair. Claire, his fiancée, offers a tight smile, arranging bagels with nervous hands. Was I their mother or just a punching bag? I take a seat, the chair creaking under me. The coffee's bitter, scalding my tongue. I think of the wedding, my name tag reading just Ellie, no title, no place. I gave Nathan everything, money for his failed startup, nights stitching his dreams together. I missed Rachel's 18th birthday, stuck at his hospital bed after a crash, my savings drained for his care. I thought it was love. Now I'm not so sure. Oh, Mia plops beside me, nibbling a bagel, her eyes bright. "Tell me a story, Grandma," she says. I start to speak, but Nathan's voice cuts through. "Mom, why are you even here?" he mutters, not looking up from his phone. My heart stings, but I steady my voice. "I wanted to talk about the wedding, Nathan. I wasn't included." The words feel small, fragile. He snorts, his eyes cold. "You're stuck in the past, Mom. We don't need you dragging us down." His voice rises sharp, and he pushes my arm hard. My coffee spills, dark stains blooming on the tablecloth. Guests gasp, their murmurs buzzing like flies. Claire steps forward, her face pale. "He's stressed," she murmurs, but her eyes drop, guilty. Rachel frowns, pulling Mia close, who looks scared, her bagel forgotten. My arm throbs, not just from the push, but from the weight of his words. I stand, my chair scraping loud. Nathan's jacket hangs on his chair, that note still tucked in its pocket. I want to grab it to demand answers, but my hands shake. I gave up art school for him, for Rachel, for our family. I thought it was enough. The coffee urn hisses, relentless. Claire touches Nathan's arm, whispering, "Calm down." He shrugs her off, his jaw tight. Rachel's eyes meet mine, clouded with something. Regret, maybe? Mia's hand slips into mine, small and warm. "You're not old, Grandma," she whispers. I squeeze her hand, my throat tight. I walk to the parking lot, the lake's restless shimmer mirroring my pulse. I rub my arm, the skin red where Nathan pushed. I see Rachel's 18th birthday again, her tears when I didn't show, stuck at Nathan's bedside, paying for his mistakes. I thought I was a mother, not a bank. My phone buzzes in my purse, next to my mother's locket, its weight steadying me. It's a voicemail from Diane, my friend. "Ellie, we need to talk about James's plans." Her voice is urgent, sharp. I pause by the lake, its waves lapping soft. "I'm not nothing," I whisper, my breath fogging in the cool air. The voicemail hums in my mind, a spark in the dark. Diane's words echo, James's plans. He promised I'd never be trapped, but trapped is how I feel. Caught in Nathan's dismissal, Rachel's distance, James's absence. The lake doesn't answer, but it listens. I clutch my purse, the locket inside a quiet promise. I gave them my heart, my dreams, my years. But today, Nathan's push and his words, "You're stuck in the past," cut deeper than I can bear. I'm done being invisible. The coffee urns hiss, the lake's shimmer, Diane's voicemail. They're telling me something. I just need to listen. What does Diane know about James's plans? Is my future at stake? Diane said James left me more than memories. Her words lit a spark in me. That diary page I found in James's desk. It's whispering secrets I need to hear. I push open the door to Diane's coffee shop in Pine Lake, Michigan, the bell jingling softly. The air's warm, thick with the hiss of espresso machines and the sweet scent of fresh pastries, muffins, scones stacked on a counter. A chalkboard menu lists lattes and specials, its chalk lines uneven. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, and Nathan's push at the brunch. His words, "You're stuck in the past," still burn my arm, my heart. I'm here to find answers, not just coffee. I slide into a booth, the vinyl creaking under my cardigan. Diane Rivera, my friend of 20 years, sets a steaming latte before me, her silver earrings catching the light. She's 60, her eyes sharp but kind, her wit a lifeline. "You look like you've seen a ghost, Ellie," she says, sliding in across from me. I clutch the diary page, its edges worn, James's handwriting bold. Protection for Ellie, always. I tell her about Nathan's shove, his sneer, the coffee staining the tablecloth. Diane's jaw tightens. "My daughter tried that with me," she says, her voice low. "After a fight, she went for my savings. Left me wary. James was careful, Ellie. Check his safe." Was I their mother? Or just a keeper of their secrets? Her words hit like a match to dry grass. I sipped the latte, muffin crumbs dusting the foam, my heart racing. I see James, 65, his face softer back when we were young. "You'll never be trapped, Ellie," he said when I gave up art school for our kids, for him. He's in Chicago now, chasing real estate deals, his calls brief. But that diary page? Protection? From what? Diane leans forward, her coffee untouched. "Nathan's hiding something," I say, my voice barely above the espresso's hiss. She nods, pointing to the page. "That's your clue. James is safe up in the attic. Start there." Her eyes are fierce, like she's fought this fight before. The shop hums, customers chat, a spoon clinks against a mug. I think of Nathan, 35, his startup dreams crashing under debt, his need for status pushing me aside. I think of Rachel, 33, her distance since I missed her 18th birthday for Nathan's hospital stay. I thought I was holding our family together. Now, I'm not sure what I'm holding. Diane's hand grazes mine, steady. "You're not alone, Ellie," she says. I nod, the latte's warmth seeping into my palms, but Nathan's words echo, sharp as the lake's edge. I drive home, the lake's faint ripples glinting in the dusk. My house feels too quiet, the pine scent heavy. I climb to the attic, my knees creaking on the narrow stairs. Dust motes float in a sliver of light from a small window. The lake's glow faint outside. James's desk sits in the corner, its drawers stuffed with old papers. I open one, my fingers brushing a small recorder, its plastic cool. I press play and James's voice crackles, low and steady. For Ellie, always, keep it safe. My breath catches, the locket in my purse suddenly heavy. I graze the safe's dial, cold and unyielding, hope rising in my chest. A knock at the door below startles me, sharp against the attic's silence. I freeze, the recorder still in my hand. James's voice, his words, they're a lifeline, but to what? I gave up everything for Nathan, for Rachel, for our family. I missed her birthday, poured my savings into his dreams. I thought it was love, but Nathan's push, his sneer, tell a different story. The lake outside doesn't move, but I do. I slip the recorder into my pocket, my resolve hardening. Diane's right. Nathan's hiding something, and James left me something to find. The knock comes again, louder. My heart pounds, the safe's dial gleaming in the dim light. Who's knocking at my door? What's on James's recorder? James left me $7 million. His letter warned me about our son. My mother's locket sits in my purse, its weight steady, but does it hold a piece of this secret? I'm in the attic of my Pine Lake, Michigan home, the air thick with dust motes dancing in a sliver of light. The lake glints through a small window, its surface calm but sharp. A faint scent of old wood clings to the beams, and I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, my heart pounding from Nathan's push, his words, "You're stuck in the past," still burning. Diane's voice echoes in my mind, urging me to check James's safe. I'm here to find answers. I kneel by his desk, the recorder I found yesterday cool in my hand. I press play, and James's voice crackles, low and steady. "Ellie, the safe's for you." My breath catches, his words a ghost from years past. I face the safe, its dial gleaming in the dim light. My fingers tremble, trying our anniversary date, June 10th, a click. The door swings open. Inside, a stack of documents and a letter, James's handwriting bold, to Ellie. I unfold it, my hands unsteady. It reads, "Nathan's greed showed at 16, Ellie. He wanted your mother's savings for a car, not caring what it cost you. Protect yourself." The documents list stocks, bonds, a rental property, $7 million. My knees buckle, and I sit hard on the attic floor, the papers heavy in my lap. Was I their mother, or just a bank they thought they owned? My mind reels, flashing to Nathan at 16, his eyes cold as he demanded my mother's savings, money I'd set aside after her death. I gave it, thinking it was love, just like I gave up art school for him, for Rachel, for James. I see Nathan's push at the brunch, his sneer, the coffee spilling. $7 million. James saw this coming, his regret for his distance, always working, selling condos, woven into this gift. I clutch my locket through my purse, its shape grounding me. I grab my phone, dialing Diane. Her voice answers, warm but sharp. I read the letter, my voice shaking. $7 million, Diane, and he warned me about Nathan. She gasps. "He saw it coming, Ellie. You're not alone." Her words, shaped by her own daughter's betrayal over inheritance, sink in. I feel James's love across the years, steady as the lake outside. I carry the papers downstairs, the attic's dust clinging to my cardigan. By the kitchen window, I sit, the lake's stillness a mirror to my thoughts. The documents are heavy. Stocks, bonds, a rental property in Traverse City. $7 million. I gave Nathan everything. Money for his failed startup, nights worrying over his debts. I missed Rachel's 18th birthday for his hospital bills. I thought I was a mother, not a vault. My phone pings, an email from Nathan. "Dinner tomorrow, Mom? Just us." His words feel slick, like a trap. My anger hardens, sharp as the lake's edge. Diane's voice echoes, "You're not alone." I whisper, "Not on your terms, Nathan." The lake doesn't ripple, but I do, resolve building in my chest. I stand, the papers tucked under my arm, and walk to the lake's edge outside. The spring air is cool, the waters glint steady. I think of James, his promise. "You'll never be trapped, Ellie." He knew Nathan's heart, saw the greed I ignored. I gave up my dreams for my son, my daughter, my husband. But this, $7 million, it's mine. Not Nathan's, not anyone's. I clutch the locket in my purse, its weight a reminder of my mother, her strength. I'm not just a mother. I'm Ellie, and I'm done being invisible. The lake holds its secrets, but I'm ready to claim mine. Nathan's email feels like a trap. What does he want now? Nathan poured me wine and slid me a contract. Only the wine was honest. That note I saw in Nathan's pocket at the wedding. It's a list of my life. I step into his suburban home in Pine Lake, Michigan, the air sharp with the tang of red wine, but no trace of cooking. A polished dining table gleams under a chandelier, holding only a bottle and glasses. A radio hums classic rock, low and tinny from the kitchen. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, my mother's locket heavy around my neck, its silver cool against my skin. James's letter, the $7 million, burns in my mind. Nathan's push at the brunch, his sneer, "You're stuck in the past," fuels my wariness. I'm here to test him, my resolve a quiet fire. Nathan greets me, his hug stiff, his suit jacket creased. He's 35, his eyes darting, weighed by debts from his failed startup. Claire, his fiancée, 35, fidgets as she pours wine, her smile tight, her hands unsteady. "Good to see you, Ellie," she says, but her voice wavers, loyal to Nathan yet uneasy. I sit, the chair's wood hard beneath me. The table's bare, no plates, no food, just a power of attorney form, its pages crisp. Nathan slides it toward me, his voice rehearsed. "It's for your safety, Mom. Just a precaution." My fingers graze the locket, grounding me. Safety? I see James's warning. Nathan's greed showed at 16. Was I their mother, or just a signature they needed? I scan the form, my pulse quickening. Full financial control. No oversight. It's a takeover, not protection. I glance at Nathan's jacket, hung on a chair. A folded paper peeks from the pocket, a list labeled assets. My house, my savings, my life, all itemized. I gave him everything. Money for his dreams, nights worrying over his failures. I missed Rachel's 18th birthday for his hospital bills. Claire avoids my gaze, muttering, "It's just practical, Ellie." Her fingers twist a napkin, her unease clear. Nathan leans forward, his smile forced. "Sign it, Mom. It's simple." My anger flares, hot as the wine in my glass. "I'll think it over," I say, slipping the form into my purse. His jaw tightens, the radio's hum louder, like a warning. I stand, my heels clicking on the hardwood. Nathan's eyes narrow, but he doesn't speak. Claire pours more wine, her hands shaking, a drop spilling red on the table. I think of Rachel, 33, her distance since that missed birthday, her guilt buried under Nathan's shadow. I gave up art school for them, for James, who's off selling condos, his promises. "You'll never be trapped," echoing in that $7 million letter. I thought I was a mother, not a resource. The locket presses against my chest, a reminder of my own strength. I nod at Claire, her eyes flickering with guilt, and head for the door, the classic rock fading behind me. In my car, the lake's dark water glints under the streetlights. I pull out my phone, dialing Diane. Her voice answers sharp as ever. "Read me that form, Ellie." I do, my voice steady despite my trembling hands. Full control, no limits. Diane snaps, "It's a takeover, Ellie. He wants everything." Her own daughter's betrayal, trying to seize her savings, colors her words, fierce and protective. I pause, my breath fogging the window. A voicemail from Rachel pings, her voice shaky. "Mom, Nathan's in debt. He's eyeing your house. I'm so sorry." I grip the wheel, the lake's stillness reflecting my resolve. Rachel's guilt, her support. It's a lifeline. Nathan's list, his form, they're a betrayal I won't ignore. I sit back, the car's leather creaking. Diane's words ring, "You're not alone." I see Nathan at 16, demanding my mother's savings for a car, my sacrifices brushed aside. I see Claire's nervous hands, her muttered excuse. I see Rachel, maybe waking up to my pain. The locket's weight steadies me, a piece of my mother, my past. I gave them my heart, my dreams, my years. But $7 million? That's mine. Nathan's not taking it, not taking me. The lake doesn't move, but I do, my anger sharpening into something new. Resolve, hard as the rocks on its shore. Rachel knows about Nathan's plans. What else has she found? Nathan shattered my mother's vase. I built a wall he couldn't break, the locket around my neck. It's my strength now, not his promises. I step into Diane's apartment in Pine Lake, Michigan, the air warm with the scent of apple pie from a bakery down the street. Papers clutter her dining table, legal forms and pens scattered like leaves. The lake's ripples catch moonlight through her window, a faint glow in the spring dusk. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, my heart still raw from Nathan's push, his sneer. "You're stuck in the past," and that list in his pocket, my life reduced to assets. I clutch his power of attorney form, its edges sharp, and sit, my resolve a fire kindled by James's $7 million secret. Diane, 60, slides a mug of tea across the table, her silver earrings glinting. Her eyes are sharp, her voice steady. "Let's see it, Ellie," she says. I hand her the form, my fingers trembling. She scans it, her jaw tightening. "A legal heist," she snaps, her words shaped by her own betrayal. Her daughter tried to seize her savings years ago after a fight. Full control, no oversight. Nathan's not protecting you. I nod, the apple pie's scent grounding me. Diane pulls out a laptop, drafting a trust for the $7 million. Stocks, bonds, a rental property. 2 physicians to confirm capacity loss, she says, ironclad. I sign, my pen steady, each stroke a line against Nathan's greed. I gave up art school for him, poured my savings into his failed startup. I thought it was love. Was I their mother or just a thing to break? I drive home, the lake's moonlight flickering through pines. My house feels smaller, the silence heavy. I'm barely through the door when Nathan arrives, unannounced, his suit jacket rumpled. He's 35, his eyes desperate, debts from his startup weighing him down. If your own child shattered what you loved most, what would hurt more, the object or their intention? What Ellie faces next might make you see family in a different light. If you're still here, drop a 6 in the comments, because this next moment, it changes everything. "Sign the form, Mom," he says, voice tight. I shake my head, clutching my locket. He spots my mother's vase on the mantel, a delicate porcelain gift from my youth, painted with roses. "You don't get how the world works now, Mom," he yells, grabbing it. Before I can move, he smashes it to the floor, shards scattering like my trust. "You've taken enough," I say, my voice low, heart pounding. His face twists, but he storms out, the door slamming. I kneel, touching a broken rose, my resolve hardening. I sit by the lake, the moonlight sharp on its ripples. My phone buzzes. Rachel, my daughter, 33, her voice tearful on a call. "Mom, I found Nathan's emails. He's selling your house." Her words hit like a stone. Her guilt over my missed 18th birthday, when I was at Nathan's hospital bed, lacing her tone. "I'm so sorry," she says. I tuck the trust papers behind a kitchen cabinet, their weight a shield. "No more," I whisper. The lake's calm steadying me. Rachel's support, Diane's guidance, their lifelines. I see Nathan's teenage greed, demanding my mother's savings for a car, my sacrifices ignored. I see Diane's pain, her daughter's betrayal mirroring mine. I gave Nathan my heart, my dreams, my years. But this, my home, my $7 million, is mine. I stand, the locket cool against my chest. Diane's words echo, "You're not alone." I think of James, 65, off selling condos, his letter warning me about Nathan. I missed Rachel's birthday, poured my life into Nathan's needs, thought it was love. But his shattered vase, his emails, they're a line I won't cross. The lake doesn't flinch, and neither do I. I'm Ellie, not just a mother, but a woman with a voice, a future. Nathan's greed won't take that. The moonlight glints sharp as my resolve, and I know I'm ready to fight. Nathan's selling my house? How far will his greed go? Mia's drawing gave me courage. Nathan's threat stole my breath. The lake's still today, but I'm a storm inside, ready to face him. I'm in the Pine Lake Community Center, the cozy room alive with the creak of folding chairs and the soft hum of jazz from an old jukebox. The air smells of coffee and fresh donuts, a tray of them stacked on a checkered tablecloth. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, my resolve afire stoked by Nathan's shattered vase, his list of my life as assets, and James's $7 million secret. The locket around my neck, my mother's silver, feels like armor. I'm done being invisible. I arrange chairs, my hands steady despite the ache from Nathan's push at the brunch. Mia, my 12-year-old granddaughter, runs up, her sneakers squeaking. She holds out a drawing of the lake, strong grandma scrawled in crayon. "You're my hero, Grandma," she says, her eyes bright. I tuck the drawing into my purse near the locket, my heart swelling. Mia loves my stories, tales of my mother's garden, my lost art school dreams. Her loyalty is a light in this storm. I hug her, her braids soft against my cheek. The jukebox hums a slow tune, and I think of Rachel, 33, her guilt over my missed birthday, her growing support. I gave up so much for them, for Nathan, for James. Was it enough? Was I their mother, or just a home they wanted to take? Diane slides into the room, her silver earrings catching the light. She's 60, her eyes fierce from her own betrayal. Her daughter tried to seize her inheritance years ago. "Ready for Nathan's dinner?" she asks, her voice sharp but warm. I nod, clutching Mia's drawing. "Use the locket as your symbol," Diane says, coaching me like a general. "Show him you're unbreakable." The jukebox hums, its jazz a steady pulse. James walks in, 65, his suit wrinkled from a late deal. He's been distant, lost in his real estate world, but today, his eyes linger. "What's changed, Ellie?" he asks, his voice soft. "Me," I say, my chin high. He nods, curious, his regret for neglecting our family flickering in his gaze. My phone buzzes, Nathan's name flashing. His voice is cold, sharp. "Sign the form, Mom, or you're out of this family." The threat cuts, his desperation, debts from his failed startup, his need for status, bare. I grip Mia's drawing, my resolve hardening. "I'll be there," I say, my voice steady. Diane nods, her hand on my arm. "You've got this." Mia watches, her eyes worried but proud. The jukebox skips, a brief jolt, and I think of Nathan's sneer. "You don't get how the world works." He broke my mother's vase, tried to claim my life. I'm done letting him. I drive home, the lake glinting under a cloudy sky. In my kitchen, I hold Mia's drawing, its crayon lake vibrant. Rachel texts, "I'm coming to Nathan's dinner, Mom. I've got your back." Her words, laced with guilt for resenting my absence at her 18th birthday, are a lifeline. I gave up art school for Nathan's hospital bills, for James's dreams, for our family. I thought it was love. Now I'm fighting for me. I step outside, the lake's clouds mirroring my storm. Footsteps crunch behind me, Nathan's voice, low on a phone call. "The advisor says the house is ours." My fists clench, the locket heavy. He's after my home, my $7 million, my life. The lake doesn't flinch, and neither do I. I sit by the water, Mia's drawing in my hands. Diane's words echo, "You're unbreakable." James's letter warned of Nathan's greed, seen when he demanded my mother's savings at 16. Rachel's text, her support, shows she's waking up. I gave them everything, my dreams, my years, my heart. But Nathan's threat, "You're out," is a line I won't cross. The locket gleams, my mother's strength in its silver. I'm Ellie, not just a mother, but a woman ready to stand. The jazz from the community center hums in my memory, steady as my pulse. Nathan's advisor, his plans, they won't break me. Who's Nathan's advisor? What's their next move? I held my secret like a shield. Tonight I'd wield it against Nathan's lies. My mother's locket rests heavy around my neck, its weight reminding me my strength is mine, not his. I sit in Diane's coffee shop in Pine Lake, Michigan, the hum of espresso machines mingling with the scent of fresh scones. The chalkboard menu lists cappuccinos, its letters uneven in the morning light. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, my resolve a fire stoked by Nathan's shattered vase, his threat to expel me, his list of my life as assets. The $7 million secret from James's safe is my shield, and I'm ready to use it. Diane, 60, slides a mug across the counter, her silver earrings glinting. Her eyes are sharp, her voice steady from her own betrayal. Her daughter sold her land behind her back years ago. "Finalizing the trust notice?" she asks, nodding at the papers in my hand. I spread them out, the legal terms crisp. $7 million in stocks, bonds, a rental property locked under my control. "You're enough, Ellie," Diane says, her words echoing my own. I pull a notebook from my purse, writing to my younger self. "You're enough." I tuck it beside my locket, my fingers grazing its silver. "I'm ready," I say, my voice firm. Diane nods, her loyalty fierce. "Show him who you are." The espresso hums, a steady pulse. Was I their mother, or just a prize they thought they'd won? I drive to Nathan's suburban home, the lake's dark water glinting under streetlights. The dining room table gleams, set with wine but no food, a radio humming classic rock in the background. Nathan, 35, greets me, his hug stiff, his eyes shadowed by debts from his failed startup. Claire, his fiancée, 35, fidgets, her smile tight as she pours wine. "Good to see you, Ellie," she says, but her voice wavers, guilt flickering in her eyes. Nathan slides a new form across the table, its pages smooth. "Sign, Mom. It's simple," he says, his tone rehearsed, pride masking desperation. I sit, the chair hard, my locket cool against my chest. I glance at Nathan's laptop, left open on a sideboard. Emails glow on the screen. Plans to sell my house, my lakefront home, labeled urgent. My pulse spikes, James's warning ringing. Nathan's greed showed at 16. I see him then, demanding my mother's savings for a car, my sacrifices ignored. Claire whispers, "I'm sorry, Ellie." Her eyes down, her hands twisting a napkin. My phone buzzes. Rachel's text, "I'm here, our mom." My daughter, 33, her guilt over my missed 18th birthday now fueling her support. I steady my breath, the locket's weight grounding me. I gave Nathan everything. Money, time, my dreams. I missed Rachel's birthday for his hospital bills. I thought it was love. I stand, my voice firm. "You're selling my home, Nathan. You called me nothing." Nathan's face hardens, his pride cracking. "You're nothing without us," he sneers, his voice venomous, the radio's hum jarring. Claire gasps, stepping back, her eyes wet. I lay the trust notice on the table, its pages heavy with truth. $7 million, Nathan. Stocks, bonds, a rental property. It's mine, not yours. His face twists, speechless, his hands clenching. The locket gleams, my mother's strength in its silver. I see Rachel's birthday, her tears, James's distance, his regret, Diane's fight, her betrayal. I gave them my heart, my years. But this, my home, my legacy, is mine. Nathan's sneer, his emails, his shattered vase, they're a line I won't cross. The room is quiet, the clock ticking loud. Claire's whisper, Rachel's text, Diane's words, they're my armor. I'm Ellie, not just a mother, but a woman with a voice, a future. The lake outside doesn't flinch, and neither do I. Nathan's plans, his greed, they end here. The locket's weight steadies me, a promise I'm keeping. I've been undervalued, pushed, broken, but tonight I'm whole and he'll see it. Nathan's face twists in rage. Will he lash out again? Nathan pushed me one last time. I pushed back with the truth, and it set me free. The lake's ripples tonight. They're mine, carrying my strength, not his lies. I sit at Nathan and Claire's dining table in their suburban Pine Lake, Michigan home, the polished wood gleaming under a chandelier. Wine glasses catch the light, but no food scents fill the air. A clock ticks loudly, each second amplifying the tension. A neighbor's lawnmower hums faintly through an open window, a distant reminder of normalcy. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, my mother's locket heavy around my neck, its silver a quiet armor. Nathan's emails, his shattered vase, his threat, "You're out!" burn in my mind, but James's $7 million secret is my shield. I'm here to end this. Nathan, 35, leans forward, his suit jacket creased, his eyes shadowed by startup debts and pride. "Sign the form, Mom," he says, his voice sharp, pushing a new power of attorney across the table. Claire, his fiancée, 35, pours wine, her hands unsteady, her smile faltering. I don't touch the glass. My purse holds the trust notice, my resolve ironclad. Nathan snaps, "You're ruining us, Mom," and shoves my shoulder hard. A wine glass tumbles, shattering on the floor, its crash echoing the vase he broke. Mia, my 12-year-old granddaughter, cries, "Stop, Dad!" and from the corner, her voice trembling. I stand, unshaken, and pull out the trust notice. $7 million, Nathan, I say, my voice steady. Stocks, bonds, a rental property. It's mine, not yours. Was I their mother, or just a shadow I've outgrown? Diane strides in, her silver earrings glinting, her presence calm but firm. She's 60, her authority honed by her own betrayal. Her daughter sold her land years ago. "I'm Ellie's advisor," she says. "This trust is ironclad." Nathan's face reddens, his pride cracking. "You're a burden, always were," he shouts, his voice venomous. Rachel, 33, storms through the door, her eyes blazing. "I missed Mom's strength because of you, Nathan," she snaps, her guilt over my missed 18th birthday fueling her fire. James, 65, steps forward, his suit wrinkled from a late deal. "I was blind, Ellie," he says, his regret for his work obsession clear. "Not anymore." Claire nods silently, tears in her eyes, stepping back from Nathan, her guilt breaking through. I unclasp my mother's locket, its silver warm from my skin. I place it in Nathan's hand, his fingers frozen. "This was Grandma's," I say. "I thought it was yours someday, not now." My voice is clear, unwavering. "I'm not yours to manage." Mia runs to me, hugging tight, whispering, "You're my hero, Grandma." Her love, her stories of my mother's garden, anchor me. Rachel's hand grazes my arm, her support solid. James nods, his eyes soft, seeing me anew. I gave Nathan everything, my savings, my dreams, my years. I missed Rachel's birthday for his hospital bills, gave up art school for our family. I thought it was love. Nathan's face twists, speechless. The clocks tick loud in the silence. Claire's nod, her tears, show her remorse. A quiet shift. I walk to the door, Diane, Rachel, and Mia beside me. The lawnmower's hum fades, the lake's ripples glinting outside. I see Nathan at 16 demanding my mother's savings, my sacrifices ignored. I see Rachel's tears, James's distance, Diane's pain. I gave them my heart, but this, my $7 million, my home, my life, is mine. The locket's gone, but my strength isn't. I'm Ellie, not just a mother, but a woman, free. The clock ticks on, but Nathan's hold is broken. I step into the night, the lake's ripples mine, carrying me forward. Nathan stands silent, locket in hand. Will he ever see what he's lost? My new home's small, but it's mine. So is my heart at last. The lake reflects me now, not the weight of their expectations. I kneel in the garden of my new lakeside cottage in Pine Lake, Michigan, the soil cool under my fingers as I plant marigolds. Their yellow petals glow in the spring light, and the air carries the scent of fresh bread from a farmer's market down the road. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, and Nathan's push, his sneers, his shattered vase, they're behind me. The $7 million secret from James's safe, my locket's return at that dinner, they freed me. I'm not just a mother anymore. I'm Ellie, whole. Mia, my 12-year-old granddaughter, kneels beside me, her hands muddy. "You're my hero, Grandma," she says, her voice bright as the marigolds. She loves my stories, tales of my mother's garden, my lost art school dreams. Her loyalty is a warmth in my chest. I smile, tucking a stray hair behind her ear. Rachel, my daughter, 33, steps onto the porch, her eyes soft but tearful. "I missed your birthday, Mom, because of Nathan's chaos," she says, her guilt over that 18th birthday, when I was at his hospital bed, spilling out. Never again. We hug, her arms tight, and plan a family potluck, without Nathan. The lake sparkles, free as I feel. Was I their mother, or just a woman finding her light? James arrives, 65, his suit swapped for a sweater, his real estate deals left in Chicago. He's quieter now, his regret for burying himself in work clear. "I missed you, Ellie," he says, his voice low. "You gave up art school for us and I wasn't there." I nod, handing him a trowel. We plant a marigold together, our hands in the soil, a quiet promise. A letter arrives, Nathan's handwriting jagged on the envelope. "I was wrong, Mom. I'm sorry." His shame tied to his startup debts feels distant. I read it, my heart steady, and set it aside on the porch table. I gave him everything, money, years, my dreams, but I'm done carrying his weight. The lake's breeze brushes my face, soft and sure. I walk to the farmer's market, the chatter of vendors mixing with the scent of strawberries and bread. Diane joins me, 60, her silver earrings glinting. "You're free, Ellie," she says, her pride warm, shaped by her own daughter's betrayal over inheritance. I buy a pint of strawberries, their sweetness sharp in the air. I think of Nathan's sneers, his push, his plan to sell my home. I think of Rachel's guilt, James's regret, Mia's love. I gave up art school, missed Rachel's birthday, poured my savings into Nathan's failures. I thought it was love. Now I know it's me who matters. Back home, I frame Mia's drawing, Strong Grandma, and hang it by the window. I write in my journal, "I'm enough." The lake's breeze carries my peace, steady as my pulse. I stand by the water, the marigolds blooming behind me. Rachel's hug, Mia's drawing, James's hand in the soil. They're my family now, chosen, not demanded. Diane's potluck invite sits in my pocket, a promise of new beginnings. Nathan's letter lies on the table, unanswered. His greed, his debts, they don't own me. The lake glints, its ripples mine, not his. I'm Ellie, not just a mother, but a woman, free. The strawberries' scent lingers. The markets hum a distant song. I've carried their dreams too long. Now I carry my own. Diane's potluck invite promises new beginnings. What lies ahead for me? I lit a candle for myself today. Its flame burned brighter than my doubts. The lake holds my reflection now, whole and unshaken. I stand in the Pine Lake Community Center, the room warm with colorful quilts stitched with care, their patterns a patchwork of lives lived here. Soft jazz hums from a speaker, its notes weaving through the chatter of neighbors. The lake glows outside, its serene spring light catching the edges of the windows. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, my heart light after a long journey. Nathan's push, his sneers, his shattered vase, his greed for my home, the $7 million secret from James's safe, the locket I returned to him. They freed me. I'm not just a mother anymore. I'm Ellie, whole, here to share my fire. I set out my apple pie on a long table, its cinnamon scent curling through the air, blending with the tang of potluck dishes. casseroles, coleslaw, homemade bread. Neighbors mill about, their laughter soft, their plates piled high. Diane, 60, raises a glass, her silver earrings glinting under the fluorescent lights. "Ellie's our fire lighting the way," she says, her voice proud, shaped by her own triumph over her daughter's betrayal, who once sold her land for profit. Her toast is a beacon, her loyalty a steady hand through my storm. Rachel, my daughter, 33, serves pie slices, her smile wide, her guilt over my missed 18th birthday healed by our renewed bond. Mia, my 12-year-old granddaughter, passes plates, her laughter bright as the marigolds in my new garden. She loves my stories, tales of my mother's roses, my lost art school dreams. James, 65, stands beside me, his hand warm in mine, his regret for his work-obsessed years now a quiet commitment. The jazz hums, a gentle pulse, and I feel their love, chosen, not demanded. Have I always been enough? I step to the front, the room quieting, forks pausing mid-bite. The quilts seem to lean in, their colors vibrant. Reds, blues, yellows, stitched by hands like mine, women who've carried heavy loads. I asked myself, was I their mother or just a means to an end? I say, my voice clear, steady. I gave up art school for my kids, poured my savings into Nathan's dreams, missed Rachel's birthday for his hospital bills. I thought it was love. My throat tightens, but I keep going. Nathan called me a burden, tried to take my home, but I found a secret. $7 million left by James to protect me. I stood up, gave back his locket, and chose myself. Women nod, some teary, their eyes soft with recognition. A few clutch napkins, their knuckles white. I see their stories. Mothers, wives, women pushed aside, now listening. Mia runs up, her braid bouncing, and hands me a new drawing. Our marigold garden, vibrant in crayon. Strong grandma scrawled at the bottom. "For you," she says, her eyes shining. I smile, my heart full, the jazz a soft undercurrent. Rachel steps closer, her hand grazing my arm. "You're everything, Mom," she whispers, her voice thick with love, her guilt over that missed birthday now a bridge we've crossed. James squeezes my hand, his grip steady. "I should have seen you sooner, Ellie," he says, his eyes soft, his real estate deals forgotten. Diane nods from the crowd, her pride alight, her own fight against betrayal echoing mine. I think of Nathan, 35, his letter of apology sitting unanswered in my cottage. His greed, his debts, his shattered vase, they don't own me. I gave him my years, my savings, my dreams. I missed Rachel's birthday, stuck at his bedside, thinking it was love. I gave up art school for James, for our family, believing it was enough. The quilts behind me hold stories of women like me, their stitches tight, unbroken. I'm one of them now, not just a mother, but a woman, whole. I walk to the center's back door, stepping outside to the lake's edge. The air is cool, the water shimmering under the dusk. I light a candle, its flame flickering in the breeze, a small glow against the vast lake. I wish for my own stillness, my own peace. My journal rests in my purse, and as I pull it out, a photo slips free. Young Ellie, 20, painting in art school, my brush bold, my smile wide. I'd forgotten that girl, her colors vivid before I traded them for others' dreams. I see Nathan's push, his sneer, "You're a burden," and the locket I placed in his hand. I see Rachel's tears, James's distance, Mia's love, Diane's strength. I was their mother, but I'm Ellie now. Enough. I hold the photo, the candle's light warm on my face. The jazz drifts from the center, soft, mingling with the lake's gentle lap. I think of the farmer's market, the strawberries I bought, the marigolds Mia and I planted. I think of Diane's toast, Rachel's hug, James's hand, Mia's drawing. They're my family now, chosen, not demanded. I gave Nathan everything, but his greed, his debts, his pride, doesn't define me. I write in my journal, "I'm enough." The words are simple, final. I speak to you, out there, women carrying your own loads. If you felt invisible, your fire's still there. Shine. The lake shimmers, reflecting my peace, the quilt's colors glowing in my memory. Back inside, the potluck hums on, plates clinking, voices warm. Rachel serves another slice of pie, her laughter light. Mia dances to the jazz, her drawing framed in my cottage, a testament to our bond. James sits close, his shoulder brushing mine, his commitment a quiet promise. Diane catches my eye, her nod a shared victory. I think of Nathan's letter, his shame, his distance. I don't need his apology to be whole. The lake outside holds my reflection, steady, unbroken. I've carried their dreams too long, Nathan's startups, Rachel's childhood, James's deals. Now I carry my own fire, bright as the candle I lit. I step back to the lake, the candle still burning. The photo of young Ellie rests in my hand, her paintbrush a reminder of dreams I might reclaim. The jazz fades, the community center's warmth lingering behind me. I'm not done yet. There's more to build, more to paint, more to become. The lake watches, silent as I stand, ready for what's next. The lake watches, silent as I stand, ready for what's next. I'm Ellie Thompson, 62, standing on the porch of my cozy Pine Lake cottage, the spring breeze carrying the scent of marigolds from my garden. The lake's shimmer feels like a friend now, not a mirror of my doubts. I've left Nathan's greed behind, his push, his shattered vase, his plan to sell my home, the $7 million secret from James's safe, my locket's return, and my stand at his dinner table set me free. I'm not just a mother anymore. I'm Ellie, painting my own life. I hold a canvas, my first in decades, its white surface daunting but alive. I dip a brush into blue, the color of the lake, and stroke it across, bold and unsteady. Rachel, 33, joins me, her laughter soft as she sets out lemonade, a Michigan summer staple. "You're painting again, Mom," she says, her guilt over my missed 18th birthday now a memory we've healed. Mia, 12, sits cross-legged, sketching her own garden scene, her love for my stories bright in her eyes. "Tell me about art school, Grandma," she says. I smile, the brush steadying. James, 65, steps onto the porch, his real estate deals set aside. "You're glowing, Ellie," he says, his regret replaced by love. Diane, 60, drops by, her silver earrings glinting, her pride warm from her own triumph over betrayal. I paint, the canvas filling with colors, yellow for marigolds, green for pines. I think of Nathan's letter, his apology unanswered, his debts no longer my burden. I gave him my years, my savings, my dreams. I missed Rachel's birthday, gave up art school for James, thought it was love. But love is this: Rachel's lemonade, Mia's sketch, James's hand brushing mine, Diane's nod. The community center's potluck, its quilts and jazz, taught me family is chosen, not owed. I add a red stroke, bold as my fire. The lake glints, steady. I'm enough, not just for them, but for me. I speak to you out there. If you've carried others' dreams, pick up your brush, paint your own. The canvas waits, and so do I, ready for new colors, new stories. What will my next stroke bring?